everybody. Thank you for joining me today. So today we're doing this sketch. This was actually part of last weekend's sketch challenge at Scrapbooking with Me on Facebook. The links will be down below. And we're just going to hop on in. So to me, this looked more like a square card. So we're going to be doing a 5.5 by 5.5 card. I took some glitter paper and made two scallops, strips of paper. And then this one, I'm grabbing some Kiwi Lane. This is a little, like a template that you just trace and then cut out. Now, when you do cut outs, you definitely want to try and ink up your edges. So that way it kind of hides the imperfections of hand cutting, even though I do wind up kind of messing this one up. You'll see in a little bit, but you know what? Sometimes you just got to keep going. That's why it's a handmade card. It's not made by a machine. It's made by me. So it is what it is. So right now I'm just using my snips from Tim Holtz, which are probably the ones I grabbed the most to do the fussy cutting, even though I do have his other scissors that aren't perforated. So I kind of, move around in what I use. So I'm just inking the edges with my black soot. And I'm just trying to hit all the edges, go on the inside as much as I can. And let me see here. I'm just going to put that back underneath. And then we'll trim that down as we start to put everything together. So I use 110-pound paper. So sometimes I'll open and close it, flip it, and use my bone folder to kind of press down, because I don't like it when the cards kind of peek up, you know what I mean? Like they're not closing fully. So that's why you'll see me do that sometimes in the video. So I just put down my ATG tape. Oh, actually I'm using the tape runner, but I do wind up running out of it. So you'll see me switch. And then you can see here, I'm laying this down and it's kind of uneven, and I was able to pull it right back up and get it lined up better and then lay it down. That wet glue really does help give you a little bit of wiggle room. And then I'm just putting some more tape down on this, and let me see. And we're just going to do the same thing. I keep dropping it. And then I want to say on this paper I'm using, it's by Kaiser Craft, yes, and it is the Breathe collection. It's really pretty. I love the pinks and the dark blues, and then they have like the black accents in it too. So I liked it. All right, so now I'm measuring, trying to figure out where exactly I want to put my scallops, because obviously I'm trying to make the scallops that you see in the sketch on the top right hand side there. And once I get it, I'm going to go ahead and kind of try and reshape the circle a little bit and cut right along that edge, and then I'm going to straighten it out with my little sand block here. And I tried to fix it or do something a little different on the other side too. It looks just a little bit crazy, but you know what? I'm still going forward. I wish I had a die that would cut the bigger ones, because like I don't think I have any border dies, but sometimes they have them on border dies. And then you could always, if you have a silhouette or a Cricut, you can always cut it out of there if you want, or you can just leave it straight, you know what I mean? It doesn't have to be scalloped. You can always change things up when it comes to a sketch, you know what I mean? So I just keep going though. It is what it is at this point. I think the other part that I'm putting on top will draw away from that, and it won't hopefully be standing out too much. So the strip that goes across the middle, I want to say I made it 2 inches in width. And then I just put tape on the bottom and glue on my glitter piece to attach and have the scallops sticking out. And it gives me a little time to kind of move it around and get it set up exactly where I want it. And then I'm going to do the same thing with the other side. Same thing, just line it up. And then on this one, I'm using a black glitter, whereas the first one, which I'll show you in a little bit, I wound up using silver. So I'm not sure which one I like better. I think I like the light silver because it just seems to sparkle a little bit more, but I'm not mad at the black either. Excuse me. Okay. Now I want to get the coughs. Excuse me. So yes, that's where I ran out of the tape. So that one, I'm definitely going to look into finding refills for it because I did enjoy using it. So I'll be, hopefully if I can get some, when I get some more, I'll do a little video on it because it really was a great tape roller. All right, so we're going to put this just a little bit above. And I don't know if you could tell, but it's flowers on that pattern. So I wanted to make sure like the flowers were laying a certain way. And then when I created the scalloped edge, it created sort of like these thin strips. So instead of throwing them away, I decided instead of using just one, because I didn't want to use ribbon, I decided to use both strips, create sort of like a double line going through the middle, and then I'm going to put my sentiment right in on top of both of those pieces. And I liked how that looked. So I'm just going to grab some of my foam tape. I'm going to go ahead and trim that down. And I almost was hanging off the edge here, but it works out. So you can't really see it. I just adjusted a little bit, and then I'm going to peel the red backing off and get this attached. And the whole time I'm thinking to myself, do I want to splatter? What do I want to do to have my final detail, on this project? So I decided that instead of doing the splatters on it, which I think would have been pretty, because I have a really dark blue that would just go really well with this set, really. I decided instead to do a Nuvo drop, and I'm using the crystal. There's sort of like a clear, it gives it a not even really like a silver look. It almost looks like dewdrops. You know how they have the crystal, like the dewdrops from Nuvo? If you've never used those, check those out too. They dry a little clear and they're just really pretty. But now that I'm doing the voiceover, I'm looking at the finished card, and it just looks like the pink from the paper is coming up through it. So it just has like a light pink tone. So it doesn't really stand out. It's just a nice little accent. So there you go on the bottom left. So I think that was a good way. Which one do you guys like? Do you like the lighter glitter paper or the darker glitter paper? I think either way would work. All right, you guys. So thank you so much for joining me today. Make sure you hit the like, subscribe, and share button. And like I told you, all links will be down below to Scrapbooking with me, especially to the Facebook page, only because they do challenges every day. They have a shabby chic day. They have a crazy or wacky card day, layouts. I think they do like a messy desk Tuesday. There's always something going on, and you can feel free to participate and really become a part of a great community, okay? So definitely check that out. And if you have any comments, just leave them down below. And I always look forward to reading those and commenting. So I'm really grateful for you guys for following and watching. And I will see you with the next video. Bye.